Hello everyone, MikeMoneyGMR here, and welcome to Let's Review Lynx Pro HMU-10 USB microphone. This is the microphone, that's the name of the microphone that I bought, for those of you who don't know and did the little test recording for. And I'm going to give an official review because it's something I haven't done before. And it's something I want to give a try of to see, and also kind of give you guys even more of a idea of how this microphone works. So I'm going to go over what I'm going to be doing in this video, and also kind of at the same time, giving my opinions of this microphone and stuff, and doing like a side-by-side comparison, or not a side-by-side comparison, like a comparison for this, and then switch over to the headset mic, show you how that one sounds, and then switch back to this. And I've kind of done a comparison of my own just to see before I did this recording, and I can already tell one good thing about this mic is that it doesn't have as much feedback in the background. Many people who watch my videos using headsets or headphones probably notice, I'm sorry, I just blew into the mic. You probably noticed that I tend to have a sound in the background if I'm not talking. It goes like, or something like that. It kind of makes a buzzing noise, right? You'll hear that in the background if you have the volume turned up enough, and you also have headphones or really high quality over the ear headphones as well. They will pick it up, and it's really nothing that you really notice that much, as long as either the game audio is really going or I'm talking. It doesn't really become that noticeable. But if I'm not talking, it's noticeable as hell. It's like, oh my god, what is that noise? You're like, is that his air conditioning, or is that a fan? Or I can tell you right now, it's winter, and so no, it's not an air conditioner, it's not a fan, it's not the heater either. So yeah, whatever's making that sound is obviously to do with the microphone. It's not to do with anything in my room. Here's what I thought I would do. Some people, when they give reviews for stuff, they kind of do this thing where they're like, so here's what I think about the product, and here's what I want you to hear, and all that. For me, I want to do this. I want to kind of read what's on the box and stuff like that, and kind of talk to those who are looking for a microphone, possibly. Though if you're looking to me for Let's Play advice, even though I've been on YouTube for as many years as I have now, I'm not the go-to person for advice. I'll just tell you right now, I'm really not. And it's mainly because most of the time I don't know what I'm really doing on here. I just power up a video and go from there. That's literally what I do. I just go, okay, this video started, we're going to go from there. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So, as I said, this is the Lynx Pro USB microphone. It's a USB, as you can tell, since it is a USB, it doesn't require any drivers or anything, so it works really well. You plug it in and it works immediately. Well, sort of. I had some issues with it when I first did it, but nothing that was not easily fixed. It specifically says on the box that it's meant for podcast and stuff of that nature. It's not really meant for Let's Plays. It doesn't say anywhere on there. Of course, not many companies really think about Let's Players when they think of their product, even though they should, but they don't. So this microphone is as simple, as I drop the box, is as simple as it comes. It gives you superior sound quality, apparently. It offers plug and play, stuff of that nature. All in all, it works really well. So, yeah, you can tell, In my video, if you've watched my other video before this one, you probably could tell I'm not very impressed with it. Like, I even gave a review from the site that I bought it from, and I was like, I started it out by saying, not very impressed. That's what I put it as my title for it. And I put underneath, like, some, more positive stuff. Like, I didn't, like, bash the hell out of them. If you see a 3-star or below rank, that's what I gave them. You usually see people saying stuff like, you usually see stuff like people saying, this shit doesn't work, don't buy it, don't waste your money, it's a waste of it's a waste of money, blah, 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 blah. And sometimes they're right, because, like, sometimes I have seen that for, like, applications on, like, smartphone apps and stuff like that. I've seen that on that. And I did see that for one of the mics that I was going to buy before I bought this one. It was a like, they use an omnidirectional microphone, basically, is what they call it, for, like, this one thing that I looked up. And basically, it's a microphone that when it stands up, it'll catch audio from almost anywhere in the room that you're sitting, basically. Like, as long as you're sitting near it, it'll work. But they said that someone said they could hear something from, like, the other side of their house, because they don't soundproof their room, they use for the recording. And so I was like, ooh, I already know that that's a problem. Like, you guys probably noticed that too. I don't know if you guys noticed it in any of my videos. But if there's a lot of noise anywhere else in my house, it's gonna pick up on my other mic, like my little headset microphone. So this is called a dynamic motorcycle. No, dynamic microphone. And the great thing about it is that it's more, how do I put this? Like, I'm trying to think of, like, their terms. They say it's more for, like, capturing direct sound. Like, you could call it, like, a directional microphone too, basically. Kind of like the one from the Metal Gear Solid series, Like, it's capable of hearing, and, like, it's capable of picking up sound from wherever you're pointing it at. Like, if I point it away from me, it picks up a lot less. And that makes sense. It should do that because it's a dynamic, microphone. I should have to put it up to my mouth to be able to really catch myself clearly. The problem with that, though, is that since I don't have a pop filter, or like a windshield, if I breathe into it too much or, make a popping noise too loud, it ends up causing problems, and that's just gonna happen, So, so in my video that I did, I said to you guys, I was like, hey, I'm considering sending this microphone back. Now, I'm not, like, I don't want you to, take that in that my review for this is going to be, like, really bad. No, my reasoning is different than what some other person's reasoning may be, like, a lot of people say that this microphone is meant for you to be holding in your hands, not for you to, I pointed at the mic stand while holding it, so I took my mouth away from the microphone. But, like, it's not meant to be put on a mic stand or anything like that, right? And the problem with that is that's what I need it on. I need it on a mic stand to be able to, see the video that I'm going to be doing and chat along with it. Like, for example, I did Legend of Gaia for you guys, Again, I brought that back just for the sheer purpose of testing out my new setup, which had headphones as the main driver for capturing audio. And, what was the other thing? Like, so that the mic were not catching the audio, I used the headset. Like, I used headphones, right? Makes sense. That's what you're supposed to do, realistically, they say. However, the biggest problem with that is that at the same time, in my opinion, like it did not capture that well. Like it was drowned out. Like I actually had to have my buddy, test it out for me. Like because he has better editing equipment than I do, and so he went in there, changed it a lot more than I had it, and made it sound even better. But because he had to crank the volume of the microphone to get it to sound really clear, you hear boom in the background, and it's horrible. Like it bugged the shit out of me. And my friend was like, "What are you talking about? I didn't hear that much." And I'm like, "No, I guess it's my headphones or something, but like I can hear the interference in the background from the microphone." And he's like, Oh, yeah, you can because of that's just from, cranking the volume. That's not a big deal. It'll be okay. Nobody really says anything about that usually. And you guys don't, because you guys are awesome. Like you've never ever, called me out for buzzing in my videos. Like it wasn't until like in one of my Star Ocean videos that I was like, "Hey, I'm sorry about the buzzing in the background." And it ended up being from the cable going out, not from my microphone, though at the same time it was my microphone too. Let's not mix words here. But yeah, I mean, that's the big problem. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to kind of give you a specification thing for this. So as I nearly try to break one of the damn things that comes with the mic. So, the microphone itself, I'm going to go over that a little bit. So the microphone itself, one of the key things that people said is that it's light. No, it's not. It's actually pretty heavy. Like as I'm holding it right now, my wrist is actually getting tired. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty decent weight. They say that another thing about it is that it is like really good at picking up sound. No, not really. In my opinion, it picks up sound slightly worse than my headset mic, but of course my headset mic is more of a open, like whatever, like whatever the opposite of dynamic mic is. That's what my headset mic basically is, because it'll pick up more stuff basically and pick it up a lot louder. Thus, it makes sense because that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to pick up any sound basically, because it wants to get the clearest sound possible, and so it picks up everything it can to help that out, right? So the mic is a decent weight. It picks up decently enough, but not as well as I wished it would. And it's well built. Like it's really like solid. Like it feels like even if I dropped it, it would still work. I'm sure it would probably have some problems if I did, actually drop it a few times. But if I dropped it, it'd probably be okay the first drop. So there's that. Another thing I want to go over is the mic stand it came with. The mic stand it came with, I never say this a lot because I liked it. I do like it. It's kind of a nifty little thing, but it's a piece of junk. I'm not going to lie. It's way too short. It took me a second to actually figure out how to get it all working. The legs on it are made out of metal, or at least some kind of metal alloy, and so they would probably withstand like you like shoving it and stuff. Like it'd probably not break. The only thing made out of plastic on it is the holder itself, and it'd probably take a lot to break that too. So it's very durable for what it's worth, but it's not very tall. And so I was talking to, Try and Morning about that. I was like, hey, this mic stand's not going to cut it. And he's like, well, do you have another one? And I'm like, well, I do, and let me bring that attention. It's called the, I don't know if they even sell this anymore. It's called the Jam Stands by Ultimate Support. And it's a nice little mic stand. It does its job. It's called a tabletop mic stand, I think is what it was. And I think what they wanted you to use it for is like when you are, sitting at your desk or whatever, and you have one of those high quality directional microphones that like pick up sound, like you could whisper like this and it would still pick up, Yeah, I was whispering and you probably barely even heard it. Like you probably didn't hear it at all. So like it could even pick that up. Like if I was this far away from the mic, it would still pick up. Like I am literally arm's length away and it's not picking up that well. So that's definitely not something I am pleased with. I was hoping that it would like be dynamic, but at the same time be able to pick up from arm's length away, because I kind of like leaning back when I play my games. You guys don't know this, but whenever I'm recording, I tend to relax. Like I just kind of slouch in my chair, just kind of break my headset microphone. But no, I just kind of sit back and play. That's what I do. I don't I get comfortable. Like every game I've ever played, I get comfortable when I play because I know I'm going to be playing for, a couple of hours or so. And so I want to make sure, I am comfortable when I play. And if I'm not comfortable, then that means something's wrong. That means I need to fix something because obviously I screwed up somewhere, And so that's not a big deal. I mean, you don't have to be like super comfortable. Like the other way that I was playing, like I said, I had my elbow on the desk, holding my controller in my hands with the mic in the mic stand and my mouth like almost right on the mic, and it sounded really good. It sounded as good as I expected it to sound. I really enjoyed the sound. I'm not gonna lie. However, at the same time, I was just like, I was like, man, this kind of bugs me just a little bit. So, let's say this. Do I recommend it to people who would use it for non-Let's Play stuff? Yes, I actually kind of do, because I feel like you could find a really good use for it for the price. Like it's, last I checked, it was $40 plus shipping. Because I had to pay shipping for it. If you have, if you buy it from like Amazon or something, if you have Prime, you don't have to pay for shipping. But unfortunately, I don't. But so it was just slightly over $40 for it, or something like that. I think it ended up being like, 46 and all, or something like that. Anyway, and normally I would be like I could find a headset mic for that, and I almost did buy a headset mic for that price. I think mine was like $20-something, the original one I bought back in the day. But I was like, I mean, that's not too much more expensive than most microphones. I'll get it and give it a shot, And so I ordered it. And it came in, and I, got it all set up, and then I started, talking into it, and I was like, I don't know about this. That's like the very first thing the very first thought that went through my mind. I was like, this is something else. This doesn't meet the expectations I was expecting from what I heard about it in the reviews, crystal clear sound, stuff like that. I was like, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. So, from what you're hearing now, it's actually closer to what my real voice sounds like compared to the other one. The other one kind of changes my voice a little bit. I'm not going to lie. It makes me sound a little different. This one actually kind of makes me sound more like what I sound like when I play. And so I was like, that's kind of cool. That's actually nice to hear. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know about this. So let me say another thing. Do I feel like you could somehow make this for Let's Plays? You probably could. I don't know if I keep it, if I'm gonna use it for that. Like, as of right now, I'm still on the fence about keeping it or not. I mean, I have people saying, hey, keep it, it's fine. I have one person who said that so far. And he was like, hey, man, it sounds fine. I mean, your other mic sounds fine, too. You could use the other one if you don't want to use this one. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I didn't tell them this, but my other one's dying. Like, I swear, it must be dying or something, because between videos, like, depending on, like, what I'm recording or something, it seems like it doesn't capture as loud as it's supposed to. And it doesn't come through as clear as it's supposed to either. And so I'm thinking about, investing in a $40, $45 headset mic, which is about the same price of this one, and seeing if it's better quality, But the thing that sucks about that is the only problem with that is there's not very many available. Because, like, I looked them up, and it's only, I don't know if I told you, but mine's a Logitech brand. That's the one I'm using right now, is a Logitech brand headset microphone meant for Skype, Windows, typical chatting stuff. It's not really meant for recording purposes. Like, it doesn't even say on the box or anything like that, hey, this is for recording. No, it just tells you, hey, this can be used for your business meetings and crap, And of course, I bought it at Walmart, and so of course it's not going to be, the greatest mic ever. And many people would say, oh my god, like, why would you buy a microphone from from a store? That's stupid. You should buy it online, because that way you can get exactly what you want. Yeah, I know. So I bought this, and I was like, you know what? I mean, I've never tried an actual microphone. I might as well give it a shot. And after the whole shock of being like, man, it's not working that well, I listened to the video that I did, and I was like, okay, now that I know that it's actually working, it sounds okay. It sounds really good. And I'm sorry that this video is going to be really long, by the way. I can already tell it's probably going to be 40 minutes long because I could just rant on and on and on about this, I'm sure. I really put my mind to it. So this is basically like let's chat, let's review type thing, So this Lynx Pro or Likes Pro, whatever, I'm not sure how to pronounce their name, microphone. It's a decent little microphone, and I want to give it a chance. Like, I want to continue to use it, but right now I'm probably not going to use it in my recordings that I'm going to do, the sessions I have coming up. I'm probably not going to use it. I'm probably going to use my headset microphone because I have plans to do some PC games today, I think. I haven't decided which ones yet, but I'm wanting to do some stuff like that. So, but I'm not supposed to be talking about that. I'm supposed to be reviewing this and, doing my comparison. So, let me kind of do my usual thing, like my star-based program, like, my star-based rating. So, I'm going to do this. Sound quality. I'm going to do it out of 5 stars. And I'm going to have to give it 3 out of 5. And before you go, wow, that's harsh, let me tell you why. It's because of how close I have to hold it to my mouth. If it wasn't because of anything else like that, it'd be okay. Like having it across the room, I have to scream at it, and I don't like doing that. My voice would give out by the second recording I did, because I tend to record for 30 minutes, and that after like 60, like after an hour of that, I'm pretty sure my voice would start going on me. So yeah, there's that's a problem. How about this? Price of the product. I'm gonna have to say 4 out of 5. I mean, that sounds like really generous, but actually, compared to what this is, I think they did a good job pricing it at what they did. Like, do I think it should have been like $20 or some shit? No, I really don't. I think it's worth the price they put on it. Like ease of use, easily 5 out of 5 stars. I mean, like you just plug it in, it works. Let's see. If I wanted to be silly, I could say looks. It's a microphone. It doesn't look that great. It's just a simple everyday microphone. So I'm not going to give it a star-based system for that. I'm just going to say it's a microphone. Oh, how about this? Truth to the weight, I'd give him a 2 out of 5 star rating because it's not heavy. It's really not heavy, but it's not light either. It's medium weight. It's kind of like you can tell after a while that your wrist is going to get sore if you hold it for a long period of time. Like, let's say if I had my hand the way I have it right now, I could probably hold it for a few hours and it probably wouldn't bother me too much. But any longer than that, I'm sure I'd have to switch hands. Like, I've been switching hands back and forth anyway because I know that's a valid idea of what to do anyway. I mean, it makes perfect sense that you would do that. So yeah, I mean, it's not light like they said, but it's not heavy. It's not extremely heavy either. Like, it's not bulky either. It's a nice size for a mic. So I mean, for what it's worth, it's a nice mic. So I'm trying to think of anything else to talk about for it. I'll just say this. Overall, I'm going to stick with my original 3-star rating. And I say that depending on what you're using it for, it's a good little mic. It'll work. It'll do what you want it to do, sort of. But I mean, at the same time, you can't really complain too much. It's not $100. Like the Blue Yeti, for example. Like, that's one I can make a reference to. Those things are like literally $90+ I've heard. And I'm like, I'm not spending $100 on a microphone. No, no. Oh God, I'm sorry, I have a cough. And I make myself laugh and it just gets worse. Ugh. But I think if you're on a budget and you want a microphone that you can set on a stand, and talk into, this will work for you. This will work just fine. But if you want a microphone that's like convenient, like you can put it on your head and it'll be right in front of your mouth and all that, you don't want this. Of course you can't put it on your head anyway, but I'm just saying, like, you don't want this, because if you want something that's like easy to maneuver and like can find the most convenient place to put on your desk or in any other way, like put in front of you, like on like one of those extreme swing mic stands, which I might consider getting if I keep it, though they are expensive-ish. And I'm like trying not to spend a whole lot of money right now. So yeah, and so that's another thing. So that's another issue with me, is like, I'm just like, I could get myself, a windscreen, pop filter, whatever, and put that in front of my like chair, like have it next to my chair and in front of my mouth, and it wouldn't block my screen. I could do that. Like, just put it like right here, like put it to my chin, and it would catch my voice a lot better, And that's a great thing. That would work just perfect. But, at the same time, that's something that I'm going to have to invest in, something I'm going to have to wait for it to get here if I invest in it, and all that. So I don't know. That's just my feeling on that. So that's the HHMU dash 10 Lix Pro microphone, and this will and that gave you a frick load of like audio stuff for you to listen to. Now I'm going to switch over to my other microphone and mute this one so it doesn't pick up anything, so you can tell the difference. So hold on just one moment. Alright, I am back and I'm using the Logic Pro headset microphone. One thing I can tell you already is it's already maxing out, almost like just shy of maxing out just from using this. And it's coming, well, I can't hear it, but I'm assuming it's coming through semi-clear. And like I can move the mic up and down. Of course, it sounds horrible to you if I do, but I can move the mic anywhere I need to catch myself talking and all that. And like I can get it nice and comfortable in my head, so there's no problem. And one thing I'll say about it that's really nice is it's light. Like you don't really notice it unless you like wear it for hours on end. Like I think when I did like what was it, like almost 6 hours worth of like Metal Gear Solid 3? No, what it's the one before the one I'm playing now, basically. When I was playing that one, yes, it was 3. I was playing for that super long time, right? And afterwards, my neck was sore, but not so sore that I couldn't move it, like all that. And that's something I can do. I can move my head all over the place, and I still sound, perfect, right? Like I can even turn away from the screen and like the TV entirely, and it'll still pick up my volume like very well, right? Because the mic's right in front of my face at all times, no matter where I'm looking. So that's why that works so well. But you also hear sounds like this. And this. But you hear that with that too. And you hear me, grabbing papers and like, I shouldn't be slamming on the keyboard, but you would hear me slamming on the keyboard as well, right? Of course, I lean forward toward the keyboard as well. That doesn't make much difference. But you could hear me slamming on the keyboard and stuff, and like slapping my knee and other things that I do, right? Like you could hear me doing all that with this microphone because it's meant to basically grab as much audio as possible. Like it has no I want to call it a stabilizer, but like basically it doesn't have anything in it to keep outside noise out. So with that being a thing, you got to know that this microphone, you're going to be hearing, like if my air conditioning was on, for example, like if it was summer and my air conditioning turned on, just went, you would hear it, Or if I, like if my cat comes in and starts meowing or like scratching the wall or whatever, you're going to hear that. If the computer makes a whole lot of noise, you're going to hear that. Like, here, let me do something real quick here. Well, no, I have my speaker on my headset, so it won't work. I'm in my headphones. I was about to say, I'm like gonna turn up the volume so it does that bring sound that it makes, But no, it wouldn't come through because it would come through on my headset, and then it would just come through in the video anyway. So yeah, I mean, you would hear anything that my computer does. Like, you'd hear any sounds coming from my computer, basically. And, that's okay in theory. I mean, it sounds just fine. Like, I can do some extra work and edit it out. Not a problem. It takes only like a few minutes to do it, if that. Like, it takes like no time at all. The other microphone that I just touched, as if you could actually tell that I touched it, it doesn't have to have that problem. Like, it will do its damnedest to try to keep background noise out. And, that's like, it's the blessing and the curse of the microphone, in my opinion. So, like I said, like, I was saying in this video, I was like, the microphone works too well in doing that, in my opinion. Like, I think I said that to my friend. I don't know if I said that to you guys, but it works too well, it seems. Because, like, they put this little, filter thing on it. Like, that's what I call it. Like, because I can look inside and see the little foam plating of the actual microphone inside there, And then you have, like, this little, like, fence, like I call it, like a chain link fence like thing on the outside of it, right? And like, you got a little ring and all that, and it's supposed to help block out, outside noise. And like, it's meant to be, towards the front, like, on the side, like the side of the mic is not meant to catch sound, right? It makes sense. But the problem with that at the same time is you end up having little problems, in my opinion. Like, you end up basically you end up having it not pick up sound as well, in my opinion. I mean, I'm sure many people would say, well, no, I mean, it still picks up sound better than most microphones. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure it does. Like, you could probably buy like a cheap, I think they had like a $10 microphone on Amazon, and I was like, yeah, no, I don't think that microphone will work. And like, the only thing that was catchy about it was different colors and looked like something you would buy for your PlayStation 2. That's like the only thing going for it for me. I was like, "Oh, that's cool. It looks like something you would put in like your like attached to your PS2. Looks like one of those joystick things, actually." That's what it reminded me of. And I was like, "Oh no. No, 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 no. That's not good at all." So, plain and simple, if I had to choose between these two microphones, I like this one slightly better. But I will say this. What I don't like about this one is moving it at all. If I move it at all, it crinkles. And then that comes through on the mic and it goes and you're like, what the hell was that noise? And if I don't edit it out, which I won't edit that one out, unfortunately, because I had to prove a point. If I don't edit it out, it just sounds horrible, and you're like, what was that? And that's just me moving my mic. Like, I started muting my mic when I get up now because my friend poked fun at me. He was like, Mike, I can tell when you come back if ever you put the microphone down, and how I can tell is the sound of your microphone making a whole shitload of noise, while you picking it up. And I'm like, oh, well, thanks for reminding me that I need to mute my mic before I pick it up. And that's what's been causing some of my problems with some of my videos lately, where I'm like, oh, I wasn't muted. Because I say that in one of the videos I did recently. And I was like, yes, I was. I was actually muted from like the beginning of the episode until like the 10-minute mark. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about. And what it is like, the mute button on this is not very sensitive. Like, they make it very hard to get to. Like, um, I just tried like slapping it with just my finger right now, and I not doing anything. Like, I'm using my full finger. Like, I'm not using like the tip of it, because if I slapped it on the tip of my finger, it does this. So yeah, like it takes you pressing it to actually mute it, so it makes sense. But at the same time, the other problem I don't like about it, like this one in particular, like this thing I don't like about this one either. And if I had to say exactly what it was, I would probably have to say that it's mainly the background noise and the fact that it picks up so much background noise other than like the interference sound that it sometimes has. Um, because that interference sound is probably from it thinking it's picking up more sound than it really is. And so it probably does that because of that. And it also does that because of how much I have to turn it up to be able to get it to pick up my voice sometimes. Like, it's going to pick it up very clearly for this episode because there's no background noise whatsoever. Because, like, if I had, like, music or something playing in the background, it would be picking, like, it wouldn't be picking that up, but it would be drowned out by that a little bit. Because I've noticed that if, like, a game's playing or something like that, and the audio of the game is going, one thing I'll notice, like, I use, what I do right now is I have it come through the TV speakers, right? So I can hear it and talk over it. However, when it captures it, it captures it as if it was louder than it really was, like when I originally played it. And so I have to turn it down. But what's funny is the wavelengths for it are different than what they're supposed to be. Like the wavelengths are like the wavelengths from my mic are higher while the ones for the game are lower, and yet it feels like they're flip-flopped. It feels like the game audio is way louder than my microphone right now. And I'm like, that no, that doesn't make any sense at all. And that's why I think that my microphone is, starting to crap out on me. I don't know for certain. I can't prove that. But that's kind of the thing I'm thinking of right now is, maybe, just maybe, the microphone is shooting out on me a little bit. And that is why I'm having all these problems. Like, I'm having little issues where it not picking up the voice as well. It's having a whole bunch of interference. It's like, one thing I can tell you right now is really annoying is I stop talking, and while the other mic kind of goes like below where, like, it'll say, like, when you're in OBS it says mic auxiliary, which means like your microphone that's plugged in. It goes behind the mic, like it kind of goes where like the slash is. So it's like really minor sound that comes through when it's just sitting there on the desk. But this one, it may as well be picking up something because it's like in front of the words. Like, it's actually like a good 2 to 3 inches in front of the words when I'm not talking. And that's why I'm like, that's weird. And it doesn't even make a difference if I cover the mic or anything like that. The only way to get it to completely stop is muting it, like this. Otherwise, it acts like it's capturing sound when it's not. Like, it's nothing was being said right there, and it still was like, "Hey, I'm hearing something." It's like, where? So I will say this for my closing thing here. I feel like I should give this Lix Pro microphone a chance And if you guys agree, you gotta let me know. I mean, thankfully somebody did in my other video, and people have been watching it and seem to like it as far as I know. So, I mean, if I can find a proper setup for this, where this microphone that I keep grabbing for some reason will work, then yeah. And I'm going to switch back for it for this, for the ending thing as well, to kind of give my outro where I say goodbye to you guys and all that. So hold on. So yeah, here we go. So yeah, like it's not as far down as I expected, but like it is like at least behind the words a little bit. And it always feels like I cough more when I have this in my hand. That's kind of a strange thing. But anyway, so closing thing here. This microphone seems really nice, and I would love to give it a chance. But at the same time, I do find myself being like, however, should I? Like, should I just be like a whole lot of other consumers in the world and be like, nope, it's not what I wanted. I'm going to give it back. So that's this review. It turned out way longer than I ever expected it to. I'm going to try to cut it down a little bit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was something weird for me to do, and like I just really wanted to just talk to you guys anyway, especially with this new mic, to see just how well it works, you know, and all that. And kind of give you a better show as to how everything works and all that. And I hope you guys look forward to whatever else I do. And if you want me to challenge myself and keep using this microphone for other Let's Plays, let me know. Like I said, it's probably going to be a little later, because I'm probably going to just do some videos of other stuff with my headset mic for today. But for now, I just wanted to let you guys know that this microphone is a nice little microphone. And I swear, like, the more I talk about it, the more I talk myself into thinking, maybe I should give it a chance. But no, I don't know. I really don't know. But I have a while to decide, so don't think you have to rush me. Like, don't think you have to rush to your answer. You know, like if you would rather give me criticism or feedback or whatever and say, hey, this microphone will work just fine, keep using it, then that's fine, you know, and like you can tell me why and all that. You can say, hey, I mean, I love the sound of this microphone better than the other sound. I like how it's like their feedback for it is not as annoying, which last I checked it kind of was, so I don't know. But you guys can let me know what your guys' opinion is on that. And yeah, I will see you guys when I record again. Till then, bye.